right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Magic Monday. This is your boy Dre Magics.
I'm Masato.
And Magic Monday, we're back.
We're here.
We haven't done a bunch of episodes in a while because we've been
Lazy. Figuring out stuff.
Lazy. Well, tell them like what we've been doing, I guess.
So one of the things we've been doing, we finally released our line. I know we've been talking so much about these bad boys, but we finally released it. Spade Club Streetwear. You can find it on Instagram. What was the website?
Streetwear.
Ooh, look at that hat.
Secret items. You
don't know anything about those yet?
The Magic Sauce shirt Masato's wearing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen in multiple videos.
You've seen them all the time.
We've been posting and stuff. What are we going to talk about this week?
How about... I don't know. Let's talk about like local magicians to look out for. I don't know. I mean, we haven't covered that yet, really.
Yeah, I mean, like we've been talking about find yourself a community, find yourself like an inner circle, but like who are our people, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Can I start us off?
As long as it's not me or you.
All right. Well, I don't want to go anymore. No. I'll throw out the homie Laurel Castillo. If you don't,
cool. Yeah.
Yes. If you don't know Laurel Castillo, he's a Filipino magician. So he started in Hawaii.
Street magic busker.
Mm-hmm.
He taught me how to busk. Like when we teamed up here, he showed me how to street perform and stuff, and that eventually made me a bunch of money, which was nice, you know, for him to like teach me that. Also pretty cool hang.
Mm-hmm.
He's really into kendama stuff. I don't know.
He's literally a walking magic encyclopedia. Like any
he's like a historian,
magic,
right?
Like any magic question I have, like, oh, who is this guy in the far left corner?
Yeah.
He goes, oh, that's so and so. He invented this, and this. Yeah, we used to da. He's really cups and balls. Laurel's Cups and Balls. Let me just throw that out there.
Laurel's Cups and Balls. He does a version of the Cups and Balls, which was based on either Gazzo or Cellini. Cups and Balls. But he does it really well. I mean, like, if you want to get good at magic, dude, street performing is like the fastest route.
Yeah.
It's you just do so many shows, you know. Now, what don't you like about Laura? Just kidding. What do you hate about him?
Those goddamn rings.
Right. He also does linking rings. You can find him now on well, before quarantine, he was doing Scott Neri's Booby Trap show a lot.
Booby traps, yep.
But yeah, he's a cool guy to know, and like,
just look him up. His cups and balls are on YouTube. Just look him up. Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
I've seen it so many times where I'm just like, oh, I can now I know I can like see it live whenever I want.
Yeah, right.
Because like,
and it's still so good.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's he does it with the old school like busker's pouch. So you know, yeah. So that's Laurel Castillo. Check him out.
Yeah.
Who else? Number 2.
How many of these guys are we gonna do? These people we're gonna do?
Man. Let's do like 5.
Okay. Do you have one? Do you want me to go again?
Oh, I got one. Let me shoot out my very dope, handsome friend Tambo.
Ooh.
Tambo, he does close-up magic. He does coins. He does fishing. Like, that's his big thing. Like, I feel like he's one of those old dudes that, like, he's not old, but when he gets old, all he's going to do is, like, magic and fish. And
he's going to do magic while he fishes.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to catch a show of his unless you book him.
Yeah. Mr. International.
I know. He'd be doing shows in, like,
fucking Germany.
German states. Yeah, but Tam's a really cool guy. Well, he's not cool. He's nice. He's a really nice guy. But yeah, I really enjoy watching his like close up, just because his hands move so smoothly, and like his act is very well constructed.
Yes.
Yeah. So check out Tamvo at Tamvo Magic. He's out there, you know.
He is.
Well, not anymore because he's inside now.
But he was out there.
Bored in the house.
He's in the house board. Okay, I have one. This is kind of, I don't know, would you call him a heavy hitter? Check out, you probably all do already, so I'm just going to throw Jeremy Griffin.
Ah, that was my next one. Jerk.
Yes. Check out Jeremy Griffin. If you don't know him, excellent card handler, the card cheating stuff, that whole mixing and cutting. Oh my god, he like if there ever was a move monkey, homie is throwing bones. I don't know. But he's so far talented.
And it's crazy because he has like, I think amongst the Magic community, everyone knows him.
Yeah.
So he has this like clout, right, amongst the Magic community, but he's one of those people that doesn't let it get to him.
Oh my god, like the nicest guy ever.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I'll see him like at the castle or whatever, and he'll come up and say hi to me before I get the chance to go up and say hi to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. Like I met him once at the Monday Night Jams. Also, he started the Monday Night Jams that were in Tustin now in Irvine.
Yeah.
I met him once, and then I just so happened to go to the castle one night, and it was like 2 weeks had passed, 3 weeks. You're not gonna remember me. I saw him. I was like, "Oh, hey, Jeremy." He's like, "Oh, hey, Masato, what's going on, dude? Hey, come join us, kick it with us." I'm like, "What? You want me to hang out?"
Yeah, he's really an excellent like pillar of support for Magic and the Magic community.
That part.
And it's really dope to like see him be successful. Yeah, I just like he's one of those guys that if he succeeds, because you know when you see like magicians, you're like, oh, I could like kind of be there, right? When I see this will work, I'm just like, yo, good for him, man. Like,
yeah,
I'm glad he's hitting all those like success points.
Right.
If you guys want to check him out, he's at Los Angeles.
Something like
that. We'll put it up. We'll put it up.
Yeah.
Who's next? Do you have anyone?
I just went.
I know, but do you have anyone else? Let's do. Who's like a really dope that I enjoy hanging with?
I'll throw out a name.
Go ahead.
One of my buddy Nexus.
Okay.
He's kind of like Tam. You probably to see him, you need to book him. But like his sleight of hand is just. He's a sandwich guy. He loves the sandwiches, you know.
Okay.
His little thing, but like his. There was a video I think posted recently. It's like Max Maven's like internet contest or whatever, right?
Oh, okay.
So like it's like three magicians, Shin Lim, Max Maven, and someone else. They're having a contest for internet, right?
Okay.
They used two of my buddies' tricks, like as advertisements for like slides, you know.
Nice.
So he's
Nexus.
I gotta connect you guys. You can you can catch him Nexus. He does a lot of photography as well. He's doing like puzzles and stuff. He's really big into like rock, so he's like not just magic, but he's got other stuff going on. Talented guy.
Nexus. Yeah, I feel like I've seen him in passing so many times, but just
I feel like because we know most of the same people.
Yeah.
So you've had to have like either met him at one point or at least have like been in the same circle at one point.
Yeah, I just feel like I've never had the chance to like actually meet him.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it happen.
Cool guy. He's a cool guy. Let's do.
Is this last one? 5? Are we doing more?
Let's do 5.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out who I want to talk about. Behind their back, in their face.
Because they'll never watch this.
They'll never watch this at all.
Yeah, all 4 of the people we just named will never watch this.
Except for, like, Loro.
Yeah, because we told him.
Yeah, we're going to tell him, like, hey, we mentioned your name. And he's going to watch, like, the first 5 minutes and then not watch anymore.
Yeah, as soon as we get to Tam, he's going to, okay, that's enough.
What? Tam? What happened to me? Dude. It's a toss-up. I have a toss-up between 3. So,
okay. That's fine.
We're going
to need more.
You give me, pick one.
Middle.
Middle? Okay, this one. I am going to talk about.
I like how that could have been anybody.
No, I know, but like, that was for me. Shut up.
Okay.
We're going to talk about our friend, Chris.
Which Chris?
Crystal Tabuhara.
Yes. Okay, Chris. Yes.
She or they, them. Damn. I hate that I did that. I'm trying out here, Chris.
You are.
They just started. No, they didn't just start. They always say they just started.
Yeah.
But they've developed a pretty strong persona on stage. You don't know who this person is, Chris. They go up as a clown, and I guess the character is like a clown that's kind of like shy's the wrong word.
I was gonna say shy, but it's I want to say shy is a word, but it's also unapologetic.
Yeah.
It's very is in your face.
Not really, but the magic they do is really dope. Like they do the diminishing cards, which is super classic, right? That's such a good trick, and the way they do it is I applaud that.
Yeah.
But they're also doing a lot for silenced voices in the community, right? Where magic is like an old white dude's game. Let's like be real. Right?
Very much so.
Most of the magicians in the world are like older white dudes, but this is kind of giving our people a shot, like our friends that might be more people of color that we can do magic also. Right? It's not secluded to y'all.
Yeah.
And I think Chris embodies that a lot, where we've had discussions on this channel about talking about disestablishing the status quo of what's going on in magic, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna give that spot. I'm sorry I messed up the pronoun thing so many times. I'm usually better with that. Fuck. I hate myself. No, that's fine. I'm trying. But yeah, so other than that, this episode, how do you think the magic community is like striving in this time of like quarantine? Because we've had a bunch of time to process it now, right?
Yeah.
We've been in for like 4 months? March, yeah? March?
Yeah.
Like 4 months. So how do you think the magic community is processing? Because not only quarantine, right? But there's like
the social justice issues.
No, not just social. It's like social issues.
It's the answer is very loaded because I've had some incidences I've seen on the internet of how some of the magic community is doing.
Okay. Do you want to talk about it?
No.
Why not?
I will say those who
Like you
are
can,
will
I think you
those
can.
who are willing.
I think we're in a position to talk about it, um, without casting judgment. Like, if that's what you're worried about. Also, I don't mind if you don't want to talk about it. I'm just saying, like, we're in the position to talk about it with facts and then comment
Right
on
on.
what we feel about it, as long as we don't place any agendas into other people's mouths or anything like that. You know what I mean? And that's a reason why people listen to things, not specifically ours because no one listens to ours, but the reason why people listen to things is to hear other people's opinion without them casting judgment on anyone else.
Right on.
As long as we're
I'll
responsible for our own opinions, then it's fine.
I'll give the cliff notes because it's a whole bag.
Yeah,
of
for
words.
sure.
Basically, like you said, it is predominantly a white older male. Magic that's what it is. There are still those that are holding on to that concept and not grasping the idea of like there's just been a lot of stories of stuff that happens at the castle, and a lot of some of the older folks are in the mindset of, well, I've never seen it, so it doesn't happen.
Yeah, and that's a strange, um, it's a strange point of view because yes, I do understand people are egotistical in the sense that their main point of view is their own.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's not happening to them, then it might not be happening for most people.
Yeah.
Right? Because just from the point of view stance of I'm focused on myself, it's hard to see what other people go through and be empathetic unless I was trained that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless I was, and by trained I mean someone told me and someone showed me, or I experienced it on my own and like observed it on my own and felt empathetic. So there needs to be like not a big event, but there needs to be an instance where you stop concerning about yourself. I mean, like worrying about what's happening to you, and then you start realizing that number one, everyone's different, and number two, people are not treated equally across the board.
Yep.
Anyway, go on. Sorry.
That's so much I'll cover with that. As far as how magic has progressed during this time, I will say those, and I've seen it, those who are willing to adapt it have adapted. I've seen some doing online shows, and some people doing very successful at it.
We're not talking about racism anymore? Okay. You're talking about quarantine?
Oh, you still want to talk about racism?
Well, I mean, like, it's just interesting how people react to certain things, right? Like, for example, a hero of mine, Gary Vee, right? He's always saying, like, social media and the internet doesn't change us, it exposes us, right?
Yep.
And it's so difficult in being in the world of magic because our main tool is lying.
Right.
Whether it be visually or whether it be like verbally. And here's the thing, are people lying for protection, or do they really feel that way? Right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, like let's say you're person X, Y, and Z who's lived a pretty favorable life, right?
Right.
And then everyone starts, and the world's changing, just like now,
Mm-hmm.
right? Do you go into false allyship, or do you find a way to learn about the thing and do better, right? Because honestly, some people might go into false allyship, and I'm only saying this specifically in our community because number one, I don't know everyone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
But being a magician, we're so comfortable with deception that sometimes it scares myself. Like, I scare myself. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's just like, that's what it is. You just lie to their face. But it's an act,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I understand that what we do is an act, and we need to place it in the sense of making the audience feel comfortable with us lying to their face.
Mm-hmm.
But it can easily bridge into the real life and fucking
Just get everywhere.
yeah. So what do you feel? How do you feel about all that?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, just what I've just what I've seen. It's like, how are you guys like not getting it?
Yeah.
You know? But there's always an excuse for something.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing too. Like, we can't use the how do you guys just not get it?
Yeah.
Because it's two sides of a coin, right? It's we're hardwired to be empathetic, and they're hardwired to not be, right? So, like, I've thought of this so much of like, oh, it's so easy. Everyone should be equal. But then that's because we're coming from a position of inequality.
Mm-hmm.
And that we're coming from a position of inferiority socially. And they're coming from the favored position,
Mm-hmm.
right? And which makes me question like who I really am or who I have the potential to be, where if I lived in the 2%, is my heart strong enough to be empathetic to everyone else, or am I going to keep striving and try and succeed in my 2%? And
I don't know.
we'll never know though, because it's like that's not the position I'm in. I didn't
Yeah.
grow up in that, right?
Yeah. I mean, it honestly comes down to just how willing you are to be open, because there are cases of people who just don't get it. But I've seen plenty of cases. I mean, you've seen the story of like the guy holding the sign, "Sorry, I'm late, but I had to educate myself."
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, they're out there, as far and few, or not enough light is being shined on it. But I'm sure there are people like. I think it helps too that there's the younger generation. So like, the parents are against it, but you have all the younger generation who gets it. So there's actual conversation happening at the dinner table, I think.
Yeah, it's just like I'm just coming from it from like a magician's point of view, right? Where it's like, and it kind of stems from the same shit that we've always kind of been talking about of like, dude, to get your slice of the pie, you don't have to take it from someone else's mouth. You know,
True.
there's like enough for everyone. But then that's where like bullshit entitlement comes through, and like, because even like hierarchy, this turned into a whole different podcast. But anyway, even the position of a hierarchy, I don't think that's even of like skill level. I don't think that's any way to treat like a person worse.
Oh, you can't double lift? You can't sit with us.
Yeah, exactly, right? Where it's like, oh, he's trash as a like magician. And I'm like, dude, what does that even mean? Like, so what, he can't do all the like crazy sleights, but also he might be a cool dude. You know what I mean? Like, just hang out with him. Right? So I think
You
that's
never know until you know.
and because our world is like super clicky,
Yeah, it
like I'm not gonna lie, like there are cliques, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like not like, oh, I can't hang out with you because you're not as good as me. Like that's not right.
Mm-mm.
You have you're a person and you're complex and you are valid and all this stuff. Like even basing it off of skill level. Now that's different from saying what you do I'm not a fan of. Right? Like I don't have to
Mm-hmm.
like every magician.
Yeah.
But I can have a conversation and hang out with all the magicians of the world until I find out what you're about. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, who knows? Maybe you're a racist asshole. And then I won't hang out. You know what I mean? Then you've lost your shot. But
Yeah. But I mean, even then, though, like, it's this going back to what I've seen just in the conversations I've seen. Like just hanging out, you won't see it. You won't notice that type of stuff.
yeah, I mean everyone's bound by this mutual hobby we all have.
Yeah.
But also yeah, I still think, dude, like having conversations and like social media and stuff, it reveals who like you really are, because then you start to see what they're supporting, or you get to like by having a conversation, you like see how they feel on certain things,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like, all right, you're a freaking asshole, or like, oh, you're really cool. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This was a very long-winded way of me saying that you're an asshole, and I don't like you.
Oh. Well, I'm glad we got there.
Yeah, you know, it only took 3 businesses and like 4 years.
Jesus Christ, has it been 4 years?
No, probably not. Like 3, maybe
Maybe like 3.
around there. I think that's it for today.
Okay.
Unless you want to talk about anything else.
Let me tell you about the. I got no.
Let me tell you a story all about how
Yeah,
my
my life got flipped and turned upside down. It was called 2020.